everyone, and once again, welcome back to my channel Server Gyan. My name is Dr. Lokendra Singh, and today we are going to discuss about the new load balancer which AWS has introduced. How does it work? What does it mean? What are the type of load balancer? So initially there was a type of load balancer which was known as classic load balancer, right? So as of today, we have three load balancer on the top of AWS platform. Like we have application load balancer, network load balancer, and gateway load balancer. So that is what we have. So this is known as IP load balancer, right? What are the advantages of it? We are going to discuss. But in the meanwhile, we should understand that if we are going to work with layer 7 load balancer, that is application. So if we have to manage our HTTP or HTTPS protocol, then we will select this one. If we have to work with network load balancer, it means layer 4 load balancer. So that moment we are going to work with TCP, TLS and UDP protocol. So we will select network load balancer. So this is going to provide you high throughput and low latency, and this can be used for load balancing for like DNS sort of protocol, because that works on both TCP and UDP. So we can use TCP load balancer here. It means network load balancer. Now AWS has created new load balancer, that is a gateway load balancer. So we should try to understand that how does it work. And there is a particular protocol which is available here, that is GenEVE. GenEVE protocol is there. So we need to understand that. We will discuss, but before that, let us try to create one EC2 machine, because we should be allowing that this load balancer to send the traffic to EC2 machine. So how it is going to work, what could be the targets here, we are going to discuss. So let me create one EC2 machine quickly, and after that I will demonstrate that how it is going to work. Okay, so we need to ensure this thing, that what is the availability zone we are going to select here and all, because obviously whenever we talk about cross availability zone load balancing, so we should know that where it is going to send the traffic. So I'll select this machine. I can select any of the operating system whatever are available on the platform, but for this demo I'm going to select only this one. So guys, we need to understand that in which availability zone we are going to select it. So obviously I'm going to prefer 1A. Then after I'll add storage, and the same steps as we usually do for creating EC2 machine. So I can give it a name, and after that I'll be here IP load balancer. This is just the name for reference, nothing else. Then after we will configure security group. So whatever IP addresses you want, you can select here. So for now, I'm going to whitelist all the traffic, although this is not recommended for production environment. But as this machine is going to be for demo only, so that's why I'm going to allow everything on this particular instance. I'll hit launch, I'll select my key pair, and that is it. It means I have one EC2 machine which is running in my environment. So okay, what I'm going to do here is I am going to create one gateway load balancer right now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create load balancer. So it will ask me about the name. So let us say I'm going to define like server Gyan, whatever name I want I can define here. This supports only IPv4 as of today. There is no downlisting available, so it is supporting only IPv4. What VPC you are going to select? So there is only one VPC in my region, so that's why I'm going to select only one. What are the availability zones where your servers might be running? So I have selected only three. You can select all wherever you want to run your server. So these are the availability zones which are available in North Virginia region. Then after I will configure routing here. So either I can have existing target group or I can create some new. So I'll create new target group. I'll select here demo TG. Then after I can select either instance here or IP address. So let us see what is the difference between both. So first of all, I'm going to select here IP address. Port, like protocol port, is going to be here 6081. This is default port, we cannot change it. Then after, this is going to be TCP, HTTPS, or like health check protocol. So the health check protocol means on which particular port we are going to do the health check. So we can select here either TCP, HTTPS, or HTTP, whatever you want. So end of the day, we can select TCP, a reason being whether it is HTTPS or HTTP. These are the particular protocol which rides on the top of TCP, right? So we can select here TCP port 80, and whatever port you want. Let us say your application is running on port 880, you can define that port. Same thing goes here, like healthy threshold, unhealthy threshold, and everything you can decide here. Now success code is going to be here 202399. These are default ports here, right? I'll configure here instances. So I'll select one IP address here. Allowed range. So what are the IP address, IP range you can allow here? Or if you have any IP address which you want to select, so you can select like other, or you can have any other private IP address. So what would happen if you have any other private IP address, like you want to send traffic to out of your VPC? So you can select here other private IP address, or you can select the particular VPC. So what I'm going to do here is I'll open it, I'll access my EC2 machine which I created, and after that I'll copy my EC2 machine IP address. I'll paste the IP address here. As soon as I'll add, it will it will hit here like add to list. This particular IP address will be listed down here. So one IP, one total IP addresses are here. Fine. EC2 US East 1A, and this is instance ID. Then after I'll hit review, and after that I'll create load balancer. So this is going to be same, but what are going to be the difference here? That is what we are going to see. Like what are the next steps we can do here? Like your gateway load balancer receives traffic based on your route table configuration. So we can configure a route table here that if it is accepting traffic on that particular port or not, internet gateway should be there, or either transit gateway we should have in order to accept traffic from different VPCs. So what are the type of gateways we have, how we have configured a route table. So based on that, we are going to configure it, right? So if I hit here on route table, so I'll have to modify my route table that from where I'm going to accept traffic and what are the particular port numbers which are going to be like responsible in order to like let traffic reach to my load balancer. Then after I'll have to configure here. So these are the particular servers which we have. Like we have here, these two ports are whitelisted, right? Moreover, if we talk about like subnet association, so by default all the subnets are associated with default route table only. If you have any edge, edge service, so you can configure that particular part as well, and route propagation and tags. So these are the default services of VPC which we have already discussed, right? Okay. So if we do not want to go with IP address, what we can do here is we can go with the instance. So let us say if I close this particular section, and after that I'll go to description. So what it is going to provide me, it is going to provide like this is going to be name like server gyan ARN, it is going to be, then after type is going to be gateway, and after that it is going to be your VPC where my this particular component is working. Then after it is going to accept load, it is going to share load between these three different subnets. Then after deletion protection is not going to be it is disabled right now. If you want to enable cross zone load balancing, so you will have to explicitly enable it, right? We will hit save, and now this particular load balancer will not be deleted even until unless we disable it. So obviously whenever you want you can like disable this particular deletion protection, but by default it is disabled. You can enable, and once again you can disable it, right? If we talk about listeners, so guys, we have default target group here. This is target group ARN. If we want to edit it, we can edit. If we want to change any target here, so we can change, but by default we can add only one target group to this particular gateway. Now if we talk about monitoring, so it will allow like active flow count, so it will let you know that how much traffic is coming, like new flow count here. Then after consumed LB capacity units, processed byte, how much data has been processed here. In fact, you can check here for last 2 weeks, as this is the default metrics of AWS CloudWatch. And guys, we need to keep one more thing in mind, that AWS is providing this type of load balancer only in single region, which is North Virginia. So let us say if I go to any other region, maybe I want to try out it in Mumbai. I want to create IP load balancer within Mumbai region. So I should not be able to create that, reason being because this service is not available there, right? So we have like previous generation load balancer, which is known as like classic load balancer. We do not have this feature available in Mumbai region. So obviously this particular load balancer is available only in North Virginia region, right? So we have created load balancer. If we go back and if we want to check the particular services, we will go to EC2. Then after we are going to go to load balancer section, and load balancer is created here. Now what you can do here is obviously you can configure as a gateway. This load balancer can be configured as a gateway within your VPC, right? So if you want, once again you can delete it, or whatever you want you can configure it. Okay, let me do something here. Let us say we are going to route, and if I want to edit route here, so what we can do here is I'll add route maybe 10.0.0.0/8 if I want. What I'll do here is I'll select the particular virtual private gateway, net interface, or whatever type of internet gateway we have. Like carrier gateway we can select here. No carrier gateway found. What what is the particular type of that? So like gateway load balancer as endpoint. So right now we are going to select that in that gateway VPCE. Just a moment, that should appear here. Let me refresh it. I'm going to refresh because that is the particular gateway point which we can enter here under our route table in order to like send traffic from one location to another. Okay, we have internet gateway 10.0.0.0/0/8. This is what we are going to select here. Now we can select here instance, if there is any instance, net instance we have, outpost local gateway, peering connection transit gateway, virtual private gateway. So these are the gateways here, and gateway load balancer as endpoint we can configure here. So right now it is not populating. So let me check if there is a problem with that load balancer. I'll have to check my all the options here. Just a moment guys, let me see that why it is not getting populated here. So that is sending traffic here at this particular endpoint. And if I see here listener, so that is going to be demo TG. Okay, so there is some problem with this AWS interface right now. So that is why I'm facing this sort of problem. So right now I can see the targets here. So what I'm going to do here is, this is the particular target registered. This is serving on this particular port number, one target group. This is not healthy, reason being, oh, this is not healthy. That is why it is not populating there. Reason being, this particular port number is not available on that instance. That is why it is not populating there. Otherwise, I shall be able to, once I go here, I edit it. So after that, I shall be able to perform the practical here, like 10.0.0.0/8. This is how we are going to work with that. And we can select gateway load balancer as endpoint. Once that will become healthy, so we will be allowed to save it. So this is a new load balancer guys, what I just wanted to like show. Just try to do practical yourself. If you face any problem, I shall perform the end-to-end practical, and I'll explain even more use cases of it, right? So thank you so very much for watching guys. Have a good time and happy learning. If you have any questions, so please do write in comment box. I shall be happy to assist on that. Guys, this is new service, new load balancer that can be utilized along with your VPC as a gateway, right? That is IP load balancer. Now, one more thing I want to tell you guys. So when we go here, uh, I'm sorry that even after giving my final statement for the video, I'm just explaining a couple of more things here. So guys, if we go here once again, create load balancer, and if we try to see, like if we hit here, so there is a particular term here like this one. There is the additional protocol. What does it mean? So this is a particular protocol which is used, like as we have different type of environment, like we have BGP and other protocols here. Same way, like we have this one, like generic network virtualization encapsulation. So this is the particular protocol which is responsible to provide load balancing on the top of your IP load balancer, right? So this is the particular term which I wanted to discuss with you, that GENEV, generic network virtualization encapsulation. So this is the particular term here. You can figure it out, and that's all. So thank you so very much for watching, guys. Have a good time and happy learning. If you have any question, do write in comment box. Have a good time and happy learning. Thank you very much.